Well, I promised you guys this video, so here it is. Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I decided that I'm going to review the entire series of 13 Reasons Why and just tell you what I thought of each season, what I thought of the storyline as a whole, all 4 seasons. So if you haven't watched 13 Reasons Why or season 4, I will be talking about everything right now. So a huge spoiler alert, I will be talking about the endings, including season 4's ending in this one. So just if you haven't watched it, go watch my season 4 review. I'm filming this the same day as I filmed my season 4 review. Go watch that one. I don't spoil a lot. If you want to decide if you want to watch season 4 or not, just go check that one out real quick. And then once you've watched it or decided that you are okay with the spoilers, hop on back to this one, okay? And I'll be right here. I ain't going nowhere. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so season 1. Season 1 follows Hannah Baker, who is a student at Liberty High that had recently committed suicide, and so she leaves these tapes, and Clay's the one to get the tapes this time. And so he goes through all 13 tapes, and each tape is a reason to why she decided that her life had to end. So we just go through the motions and we find out all the reasons as to why she committed suicide. And it starts from small things like an upskirt picture, or just little things, starting rumors, and to huge reasons like being raped and witnessing a rape of a close friend as well. And it's just all these different reasons that caused Hannah Baker to be like, this is it, I can't do it anymore. And she slits her wrists and bleeds to death. Season 1 was very controversial to some people, especially Hannah Baker's suicide scene, which is why as of last year, if I believe, they removed that scene from the show. But it was the show in its whole was very rough to watch, but I did like the fact that it opened up conversations, because it's cool. We talked about this season, we talked about what be happening, we discussed these things, we open up conversations between friends, between classmates, just people in general. And I feel like that is what it was supposed to do, just get people thinking, get people talking, raise awareness as to this is happening with teenagers these days. So I feel like season 1 was really good. Season 1 in their way, in the last season, just shows Hannah Baker giving life a try until she goes to Mr. Porter, who is the 13th reason, and he was like, it's either you go report the situation, which is the rape, to the police, or you try and move on. And she was like, cool, that's it, I can't do it no more. She slits her wrist, and unfortunately her mom is the one that finds her dead in the bathtub. It's very sad, very, very, very sad. I was in my feels. I could only watch like 2 episodes a day, because that season was very rough, very heart-wrenching, but I feel like it was very necessary at the time, because a lot happened in 2017, guys. A lot happened. So I feel like it was very necessary at the time that it came out. And if you don't know, 13 Reasons Why, well, the first season that is based off the book. But after that, there were 3 more seasons that came out. So let's talk about season 2. Season 2. I don't know if you can hear the birds. I basically live in like a zoo right now. Like, these birds are all over my grill. Anyway, season 2 follows just a while after, I think it's a few months after Hannah Baker's death. And so season 2 just shows her friends, Jessica, Alex, Clay, Justin, all these people trying to get their lives back on track, and also trying to move on, and still, how can I put it? Just trying to not go crazy dwelling on Hannah Baker. Just know that she'll always be a part of them, but still trying to move on while there's still a case going on with regards to Hannah Baker. Hannah Baker's case is still open, and so they each go to the stand and testify and all of that. So that happens. I feel like season 2, I didn't quite enjoy season 2. It has to be my least favorite. If I were to rank the seasons from best to worst, it would be season 1, season 3, season 4, and season 2. I didn't quite enjoy season 2. I didn't find it that fascinating. It was aight. Okay, so that happened in season 2 in a nutshell. Season 3, basically it was the big who killed Bryce Walker. And so yeah, basically that's literally what season 3 is about. Just they've moved on from the Hannah Baker story in season 3, And now they're focusing on Bryce Walker, who was murdered and found in the water, drowned, dead. And so now we just find out who done killed Bryce Walker. We go through this murder mystery, and it turns out that Alex is the one that killed him. He's the one that pushed him into the water and unfortunately drowned. So yeah, season 3, I feel like I like season 3. Season 3 gave me season 1 feels in the way that it's about someone's death, trying to find out reasons why, trying to find out what happened. Of course, it is certain reasons why, so there've got to be reasons behind things. And so I feel like season 3, of course, Bryce Walker, we got to see him try to change his life, try to make things right, but unfortunately it was too late, and he did end up being murdered by Alex. Of course, Zach kind of sort of started the whole thing because he's the one that beat him to a pulp. But yeah, that happens in season 3. And then, of course, season 4, the latest season that just came out. If you haven't watched it, this one just follows, because what had happened is, I forgot, in season 3, since Bryce, Bryce passed away and Alex was the reason why, they didn't want him to go to jail. So what they did is they framed Monty, who was Bryce Walker's friend, framed him for the death, and he was unfortunately murdered in jail. He was murdered in prison. And so season 4 just follows the group of friends, the squad, trying to cover up the death, because there is this person called Winston who went to Hillcrest where Bryce went, and he knew Monty, and he's trying to expose the fact that Monty was framed. So that's what season 4 is about. Obviously they managed to cover it up. A lot happens. Unfortunately we experience another death, and Justin does pass away. But at least this time it wasn't a murder. He just passed away from AIDS, which is very sad. So yeah, that whole scene of Justin's death was very sad. It was very hard for me to watch. It was sad, had me in my feels. But yeah, in season 4 they all graduate and they're all getting to school. Even Justin, even though he passed away, he actually did get accepted into college. He did try and get his life back into track, although he did kind of sort of relapse, which was sad. But yeah, now let me talk about, now that I told you what happened in a nutshell, just bits and pieces of what happened throughout the seasons. As a whole, I feel like the story was really progressive. I did like the fact that they didn't dwell on all 4 seasons, dwell on Hannah Baker, although that's where it all started. They didn't fully dwell on them. They showed on her. They just were able to show everybody else's lives. And also I liked the fact that even though they didn't dwell on her, they were able to wrap it up back into where it started, rounded all the way back full circle with the tapes in season 4, because Mrs. Baker sends Clay the tapes back and was like, you should keep them.
Mrs. Baker sent them. The court had returned them to her after months, and she thought Tony and I should have them, that they were never hers, that there was something of Hannah that we got and she never would.
So everything goes full circle with the tapes. So yeah, I did like that, and also I did appreciate the fact that each season did have a certain topic that they focused on, as well as just showing that teenagers these days deal with a lot. We go through a lot in these days. We are exposed to so many things that our parents, for example, were exposed to, and we should try and change that. And I really like that 13 Reasons Why really does spark that conversation, especially season 1, with things like bullying, sexual assault, addiction, rape, all those things, suicide. It really did spark up those conversations, and I was really happy that it did that at the right time, because I feel like now's the time, now's the era that we have to talk about these things, even though it is tough. So yeah, I really think season 13 Reasons Why as a series was a good series, although I did feel like if it only had the first season, I would have been okay with it, because season 2, season 3, and 4 didn't quite live up to how great season 1 was. But yeah, other than that, what can we do? It didn't happen the way it didn't happen. I'm just glad that it didn't drag it all the way like they did Riverdale, because Riverdale's on its what now, season 4. I don't know. I don't watch Riverdale, but I've heard people don't like it no more. Like season 1 was where it was at, and then it just became really just weird. So I'm just glad that they were able to. For season 4 is where they drew the line. I was happy with that, and so yeah, that's about it. That's all I wanted to say. Just I really liked the series. Would I watch it again? Probably season 1 and season 3. Season 2 and season 4 weren't exactly my favorites. So yeah, that's all I had to say. So on that note, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, switch on post notifications, all that amazing stuff. Until next time, stay put and stay cute. Bye.